decent time, and I thought I'd at least do a stream for an hour, at least an hour. I didn't think I was going to be able to do one, but we are planning on doing another dove hunt tomorrow morning. Hopefully, the 15th, the season ends and restarts later October, and then it shuts off, and then like late December, January, they have another season. And then quail starts October 1st, so we'll see. But yeah, I thought I'd pop in at least for an hour. Hopefully we get some people in here. And the algorithms will help us, hopefully. I don't know, you know how YouTube is, you know, especially with all that's going on right now. Kind of a pain. Hey guys, welcome to Desert Armory and More. Hey buddy. Yeah, I was able to get home soon enough, and I thought, well, at least get an hour in. We'll see. So I was like, well, I think I got time to at least do an hour when I get home. I was with them for a lot of the day, so I thought, well, they won't miss me too much. And they're moved here now, my family, some of my family. So I'll see them quite often, hopefully. Yep, welcome to the chat. Thank you guys. Double tap that screen. Appreciate you coming by. We lost, let's see, I think it stayed 701 the whole day. And then kept going up a couple. So we got 706. I think we had 701 last night. How are we doing? What about the family? If I'm not going to be hiking around, as in like what I did last Saturday, was it? Yeah, because I don't want to scuff that all up. I definitely could. I could use that as a suggestion. My 45 Colt. As in, what about the family? My uncle? I haven't heard a lot about him yet. The one that had the that's a different family. This is my uncle versus this was my sister and brother-in-law that just moved from Arizona or California. We're from Arizona, all of us. 6 of you in the chat. Thanks for stopping by, guys. This is Desert Armory and More. If you could double tap that screen, we'd appreciate it. We make lives, try to do one every evening, and we do shorts of hiking, shorts of exploring, all sorts of stuff. Appreciate you all coming by, guys. 42 of you in the chat now. Wow, that jumped up quick. How is your evening going today? How's it going? How is life going? Any hunting trips planned? I went last Saturday for a dove hunt. Didn't get anything, unfortunately, so I'm going to try this Saturday, tomorrow. And I'm just going to mostly stay in two areas where I know two water sources are. And then just kind of sit around and wait for them to come. Still bitter today? You? Bitter as in cold or what? What happened? Oh, or you mean bitter over what happened? Yeah. Guess they're slowly coming out with more news about that. Sounds like they caught him. Are that deal guns as in real? Yes, sir, Cortez. They are real. How are you doing this evening, by the way? Thanks for coming in. Never seen you in the chat before. This is Desert Armory and More. Thanks for coming by. They're all real. Yep. 2A, welcome. Yeah, I usually try to get real guns now that I'm grown up. When I was little, I would have little guns, you know, fake ones. Or with the nephews, you play with the Nerf guns, right? Thanks for that subscription, whoever gave me that. I appreciate that. 2A, how you doing? Thank you, sir. So yeah, we usually have a live 6 p.m. Arizona time every evening. Julio, I do have something that I need to get rid of, yes. It's still over there in the corner, leaning up against the bookshelf. I'm good, brother. How about you? I'm not too bad. I'm thankful that my siblings made it here. My sister and brother-in-law made it safely to Arizona on their move. I was over there to see if they needed any help. And then I think tomorrow, let's see, they're going to do some stuff in town to get things together for, you know, all the legal stuff. for getting different things together for their move and whatnot. 10:27. Yep, it's 8. No, it's 7:28 over here. I just clicked over. Appreciate you all coming by. I know I'm about an hour and 20 minutes late versus last time I was, because I didn't think I was going to do a live. But I thought, well, I don't have much more to do at the parents' place where my sister and brother-in-law are at with my nephews and niece. So, and I got to wake up early tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can get some dove tomorrow. I sure hope so. I'm going to bring my trusty, this one here, my Sears and Roebuck 12 gauge that I'm extremely good at with clay pigeons. What's up, So Run? Welcome to the chat. How you doing? No, my 365 is in my car. They are real, sir. My 365 is in my car. That is a SIG P320, the one that has the problems. Gotta go like usual, classes tomorrow again. Yep, tomorrow? Tomorrow's Saturday, brother. You have class on Saturday? What's going on, brother? Thanks for coming by, saying appreciate that double tapping of the screen. And subscribe if you could, folks. If you like gun content, if you like shooting, if you like shorts of shooting, talking about guns on shorts, maybe you like exploring. I do different exploring videos. Some mines last weekend I went in, some hikes, Labor Day. I did some other hike stuff in a cavern. So if you like that stuff, double tap the screen and subscribe. And this is Desert Armory and More. Thank you for coming by. So tomorrow I'm planning on going dove hunting again. And the question was asked is, what should I bring as my sidearm this time? Last time I brought my 45 1911. And the suggestion was made, bring my 45 Colt. Okay, So Run. Maybe you're either too young or maybe you have a felon. One or the other. It's weird. We take a break whenever we want to, but we have to make up work. Gotcha. By saying got to go as well. I have work at 4:30 a.m. Work at 4:30? You have to wake up that early. I'll probably wake up that early tomorrow. No, I'll probably wake up at 5. And then I'll start hunting at 6 probably. Last time I started about 6:45, almost 7. Colt is your favorite? I actually have 2 exact Colts, as in Colt brand. They're police positive Colts, a 32-20 and a 32 long. But my 45 Colt is a Cimarron. Work at 4:30. Wow. Double tap that screens. Thank you for putting that. Let me pin that message. Thank you. It has a really light trigger on it. It's got probably a 3.5, 4-pound trigger less. I mean, it's really light. Thanks for those subscriptions, whoever gave those. Appreciate that. But yeah, we do all sorts of stuff on the channel. We collect guns for one and shoot them. Got shorts of shooting quite a bit. I need to do some more shorts of shooting sometime. Maybe tomorrow if we actually get some dove. We'll see. I don't have a way to mount a camera on my barrel. That would be really cool. Favorite on the table. Probably my TTI Canik Combat. The one in the box. That would be my favorite right there. The one in the box. And I just bought a brace for that right there. Let me turn the light on. I just bought a brace for that today. Next is a fun switch, as in like a super safety or a FRT. That'll be fun. But yeah, that one's the favorite on the table. The Canik TTI Combat. Thank you all for stopping by. Appreciate it. How's y'all's day going? I see there's 23 of you in here. Some of you are leaving for work or going to bed early for work or school studies. I think one of y'all said. Any plans for tomorrow, for the weekend, other than maybe work? It's hard for me to pick between the Canik and the FN. Yeah, that is an FN. That would probably be my, I was going to say my second best on the table, possibly. That one is a 5.7. Very, very accurate, that one. And I'd say it kicks just a little less than the PSA Rock I have. Hey, Camden. Thanks for coming by. I didn't think I'd do a live because I was with family, but they didn't need me anymore, so I went home. Reset up the table and just put pistols on the table today. How's your evening going, Camden? Oh, I got a box in the mail too. I was going to open up on screen. An unboxing. It's mostly just personal stuff, but hey, I figured you guys might want to see some of that too, huh? Let me, I should have did it when there was more people in the chat, huh? Last time I did it when there was quite a bit. Alright, guys. Let us lower the screen here. What's the best way to do this? Because I have the, let me do it this way. Flip the screen, the camera. Alright, that way I can read it. See if I can lower this here. You're doing great. Good, good. They actually make extended mags for the FN. Yes, I have a couple of them that are by, that fit, I think, 30 instead of 20. They're by, what company is that? ProMag, I think. Here, I'm lowering you guys so I can get you down low enough to where I'm going to be unboxing here a little bit. If I can get you in the right position. Alright, so this is mostly just stuff for myself. I don't know, I thought I'd open it up just in case I wanted to see. This is that Boy Scout knife I got from a estate sale some years ago. Forget how much I paid for it. You can tell it's been used. It's a leather wrap with brass on it. It's got the symbol of the Boy Scout on it. It's a Western, the brand. It's pretty cool. Anyways, we got ourselves 3 things of hair pomade for myself. You know, I got to keep them curls down, you know. Got to tell them how to behave. Yeah, it definitely has age on it. Let's see, we got some bar soap. Got to keep yourself smelling good, right, guys? Definitely. This stuff, if you like bar soap or good smelling bar soap, that's the way to go, folks. Oh, that smells good. Started getting this a couple years ago. Very good stuff. And, oh, we got some tape for our work. I'm a handyman, so I do a lot of painting. That helps a ton, and it's cheaper to get it in bulk like this from Amazon than Home Depot or Lowe's. Let's see here. We got this for our hunt. A arrow meter, whatever you call them. Yeah, that soap's really good, brother. It's called San Francisco Soap Company, I believe. I think that's who makes it. Yep, San Francisco Soap Company. And then we got this, yeah, an arrow meter for when we go hunting, so we can see what the air is for when I go my deer hunting mid-November. Hopefully we can figure out how to use that thing before that, how to calculate or all that good stuff. And then let's see what this thing is. I think it's a new phone charger. My phone charger from our work van is a type that like clips in, and it's got a charger on it too, with the cord that comes out. And the other side like sits in the cup holder in my dash. And one of the little fingers on it broke. That holds it like the clamp part. So we got to get a new one. There we go. So I wish I could just get this part, because what happened was across here, it broke on my other one. It's the stress point where these go in and out. Because this right here is like a charging pad. You plug your, what you call it, in the bottom there. Let's see, somewhere around here. Oh, this isn't the charging one. Oh no, I grabbed the wrong one, folks. That's a bum deal. This is not the charging one. I thought for sure I grabbed the charging one. Because what I did is I just said buy again. And the one I had before was a charging one. Well, guess that's getting taken back. You know how you can go in your Amazon history and press buy again? So that's what I did. This is not the same one. So that's either a goof on the shipment department or my problem. It's probably my problem. Well, that's all for today, guys. I do have another package coming for that, what do you call it? The MP5 clone. I got a package for that coming, guys. Let's see, I think the chat might have froze. There we go. Alright. Just slide this up to the side. Yeah, hopefully I can figure out how this thingy works, the arrow meter for hunting. We'll see. In mid-November. Obviously, I need to figure out how it works before that. Otherwise, that's not a good idea. Try to figure out your stuff, how to use it on the day of the hunt for whitetail. That's a bad idea. What is coming? Ooh, it's something for my MP5. Let me raise you guys up. Let's see here. I'll switch you back. It's something for my MP5 clone. Facts. Yeah, right? It'd be like my dad one time. He got a brand new pair of hiking shoes. They were Morels years and years ago. We went on like a 14-mile hike, and he didn't really break them in yet. So, here, let me flip this thingy around. Getting dizzy yet? Yeah, honey badger would be cool. He didn't break them in, and so he got a big old blister on his heel. Well, Camden, guess what? You'll have to find out. I don't like surprises unless it's ammo or a new gun. Camden, you'll have to find out what's for the MP5. The clone, at least, for that thing right there. I don't know if you remember what I said I was hoping to get for it. There's two things I want to get for it. One of them I just purchased today, this morning. The other one I haven't looked yet to see where I can find one. This Optics Planet. Yes, it's a 9mm. Optics Planet had a certain part for it on sale. Multiple, actually, parts that I could use for it. And I got more of a middle grade one that's for that. So that should be great. Yeah, I need to find out if I goofed up on that Amazon order. Because that phone holder should have been the chargeable one. Because I select buy again. That's got to be a problem. Maybe it said buy again and then had selectable from there. They make FRT for them now. If it was to get an MP5, then I would get one. I do want to get either an FRT or a super safety, whatever they make for it. That'd be really fun. It would empty a 30 real quick. And I got two more mags for it now. Hopefully they work okay. I haven't tried them. I got another subscription. Thank you, guys. If you're new to the chat, this is Desert Armory and More. We do shorts of shooting, shorts of hiking, shorts of adventure, shorts of talking about different guns and history of them a little bit. We do lives just about every evening. Today's was a little later. I didn't think I was going to have one this evening, but I ended up getting one. I put a short saying I probably wouldn't, but I made it work out. So I just hurry up and set something up real quick. Just touching the screen, YouTube. I also make requests, so maybe you want to ask if I have something, and I'll put it on the table the next live, usually 6 p.m. Arizona time. Hey, Cannabis, welcome to the chat. How are you doing? I saw someone make an FRT for Taurus. Yes. Well, that was the funny thing. He said, I only paid a penny for it, and I'm like, you only paid a penny for it? Well, that makes sense now if he used a penny to make it work. That's cool. You're doing great, great. Cameron says, my dad had the chance to buy a full auto one a while ago from H&K from his friend that worked there. Nice. See, mine is a Century Arms with H&K inners. It actually is, the internals are H&K. The switch on it actually is 3-position. It goes down to that next notch. And when you push it there, it does make the trigger go. As in, you can hear the click. I've actually never shot it with it on the 3rd position. I'm not sure if with the HK parts it makes it do something else or not. I'm not sure. But yeah, all the interior of it is HKs. Let's see here. Appreciate you guys coming by. 37 of you in the chat. If you like this type of stuff, double tap the screen. You can't have any of my ammo, though. That's mine, unfortunately, for you. Not for me. Wow, 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 wow. Yep. Here's that 10-gauge single shot. It's right here. The one that kicks like a mule. And I got my Model 99 lever action there. She's a beauty. Elegant. Very elegant. Where did I put my? Oh, here it is. Right there. There's my Lapua, my 338 Lapua sniper. That was on the table yesterday. I took it down. Today's subject is what's another gun I should bring tomorrow for my dove hunt as a sidearm. Last time I brought my 45 ACP, 1911. We had one suggestion. I should bring my Cimarron 45 Colt. I have one of those same shells. I would have nothing, never thought it'll hold that much weight. Yeah, me neither, but it's holding it good. Hey, what's up, Grim? Dude bought the whole gun store. Not quite. Not the 320. That's a 320. Yes, it is. It's an M18. YouTube notification for your live came to me about after 22 hours. What? Whatever. Hey, Lisa, welcome. Fellow Arizonian. How you doing across the mountain there? Getting any rain? It looked like it was really pouring on the other side. We got a little bit on the other direction, the east of you. That's tall. Big old storm straight out. No, I mean, don't take the 320. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, don't take that, right? Put an appendix and then, yeah, something might happen. No, we never did get any. We could hear the thunder and smell it, but it never touched. Oh, really? It looked like it was really storming. It must have been Sonoyta over in that area. Kind of looked like it anyways. Look that direction, folks. How are you doing this evening, by the way, Lisa? 308 or 30-06? Well, it depends what you're shooting, brother. If you're shooting an elk, go for a 30-06. Anything smaller than an elk, mule deer, whitetail. If you got a 308, go ahead and get a 308 or use that. If you got both, like I do, well, you could use either one, I guess. 30-06 is, I mean, perfectly fine for a deer. A little overboard, maybe. I would use my 270 or 30-30. That's what I'm planning on using mid-November. My 30-30 is a Rossi, Taurus Rossi, Rio Grande. And then my 270 is a Remington 700. But yeah, it depends what you're shooting, brother. Like and subscribe, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. We really appreciate that. If you like this type of stuff. Where you from, Grim? Some states don't allow certain stuff for hunting. Like back east, they only allow straight wall cartridges, like 350 Legend, 400 Legend. I guess 4570 considered that. What else? Some of the handgun rounds would. What are you going to use for the Dom 5? Okay, this time I'm going to use my old trusty Sears and Roebuck right here. That's a 12 gauge model 1200. It's modeled after the Remington 1200. At that time, they were made by the same company. I also do have a Remington 1200, but I am extremely good with skeets or clay pigeons with this one. And so I'm going to bring some number 7.5, number 8, and I should be able to get some tomorrow just because I am extremely good with that gun. But I'll probably bring my other one too, just in case this one has any issues. Because it's a little loose on one spot where it pumps. I don't have a Kimber, unfortunately. I almost bought a Kimber 1911, but I talked to a gunsmith, gun shop owner, and he said, well, we actually get more Kimbers for service in here than Springfields. He said, I would recommend the Springfield, so I bought a Springfield, which is what I took with me last time. It's a 1911. Someone suggested bringing my cowboy gun, my 45 Colt. It's a Cimarron. That'd be fun, right? Be hiking around with my cowboy-looking holster and everything. It's pretty neat. I don't think I ever shot that one on a short yet. I did my 357 the Saturday before last. I did my 357 a short on that. But I don't think I did in my 45 Colt. I was with family, but I was with them all day from like about 11:30, 12 o'clock, all the way until, what was it, 6:45 or something? And I thought for sure I wasn't going to do a live, but I was able to get away from there. They didn't need my help anymore. And so I came back. Oh, they're fine. They're just tired out from their move. They just came from Northern California and they moved down here. They bought a property. They're going to live in 2 travel trailers until they get their house built. Yeah, they're just tuckered out, especially my sister. I feel really bad for her. She's like, I don't know when I'm going to catch up on my sleep. Because, like, I think she's going to a baby shower tomorrow for my cousin. They've been married for like 12 years, and they finally were able to have a baby. And so it's due, like, beginning of the year, I think, or December sometime. And so they're having a baby shower. And this is probably the only one they're ever going to have because it took 12 years to have this one, unfortunately. But a blessing that they are finally able to have one. So Zeus, what guns did I use for my sidearm on my dove hunt tomorrow? Last time I did my 45 1911. The suggestion was my 45 Colt this time. 39 of you in the chat. Double tap that screen if you could. If you like this type of stuff, subscribe. Those are our subscription counter right there. We like to at least get a few of them each night, so it makes it feel like we're doing something in life. Right? Not going backwards. We got a couple. We started at 706. So we got 6 in so far. Appreciate that, y'all. The Canik with the blue paint. Ooh, that would be fun. Oh, someone subscribed. Yeah, that's in that blue case down there. Okay. So we got 2 suggestions. Let's write those down. So we've got blue Canik. And we've got my Cimarron 45 Colt. 2 suggestions so far. That would be fun. It is. That's my, well, yes and no. It's a clone. It's an MP5 Sentry with HK internals. And I just got something for that. It's supposed to come in a few days. Just picked it up today. It's getting shipped off tomorrow, I think. Camden's like, oh, tell me. I can't wait. Tell me what it is you're getting for it. He's like, is it an FRT? And I'm like, yeah, I want to get one of these days. I take back the Canik. If I had a strap, because see, it has a little hook strap there and one in the back, and I could just carry it. That would be cool. It doesn't have a butt yet. We're planning on getting a collapsible or a folder. That'd be fun. You're like, scratch that MP5. If other hunters saw me, they'd be like, dude, what are you doing? Just touching the screen. Just touching the screen. PA63. Not sure what a PA63. Oh, yes, it is. Yep, that is. That is a PA63. In the it's a Makarov, so it's a 9x18. Good eye, Juan. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, it looks kind of like a PKK or PPK, where they call them. Sweet mama, yes sir. Slap me silly and sideways. Just put my tablet back, YouTube. Just put my tablet back. There we go. Walther PPK, yes, which is a 380. Technically, a 380 is smaller than a 8x18 Makarov. I might call it a Tuckeroff. No, it's Makarov, I think I said. I do have a Tuckeroff, too. It's a model CZ52. Yes, it is a FEG. You are correct. Great value PPK. Yep. Like from Walmart? You know how Walmart's brand is great value? You could buy them at Walmart, huh? Great value. Great value savings from Walmart. The PPK clone. The FEG 9mm. The Burst of Thunder. Almost. It almost looks like that. It is pretty similar to that. Yeah, the Burst of Thunder's GV brand too. If I had a holster for that 500, I would maybe bring that because my 500 did get the most votes last time. But I was like, I don't have a holster for it. So next up was my 45 1911. That had 4 votes. The 500 had 5 votes. Someone teasingly said my P320. Another person said either one of my Caniks. I like the way you strip a burst of thunder, but it kind of gets hung up on the barrel. It's hard to get apart and back together. When I had one, it was a pain. That's kind of like my double stack 1911, my thesis. It's a little hard to get back together. You have to see it. I can't really explain it. Okay. So Bursa had 2 different pistols. One wasn't California legal and one was. They had a Thunder and then they had another one. I forget what it was. Is one a 9mm and one a 380? He used the barrel as a guide rod. Okay. Oh, that's how my that little 22 right here is like that. That's exactly how that Brasca made in Italy, that little 22 with the white handles. That one right there uses the barrel as its guide rod too. That's my first pistol I ever bought at a swap meet for $100 years ago. I don't shoot it anymore because it has problems with the ejector. When the shell goes off, it like blows extra air right next to the ejector and breaks the ejector. And then parts for that thing is a pain to find. There we go. You can see it better now. Because it's made in 57, so it's the early model 57, not the late model. So I don't shoot it much anymore. The other one's a Taurus, the TX22 or something. PX22, I forget. Okay, so the Thunder is a 380, but they also have a 22. So they also, though, Bursa had another handgun. It wasn't a Thunder, it was called something else. I thought it had to do something with storms as well. Does a silver and black PPK looking gun not use the barrel as a guide rod? I can't remember, unfortunately. I've only had that thing part way apart once. I don't know if I ever had it fully apart. It probably uses the barrel as a guide rod just because the way it's made. It's made just like this one, and so I'm pretty sure the front of that would look like that. It would be the barrel as the guide rod. Because just the way it's made. But yeah, I think I only had it apart partially once. You pull down the trigger guard, it like tilts down, and then you pull the I think you have to pull the slide back a little bit, push down the trigger guard, and then pull fully and lift it up and out. You might be thinking of the Burst of Firestorm. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. So the Firestorm's the 22. Okay, I knew it was something with a storm in it, just like Thunder. The Thunder's a 9. Okay. See, one of those wasn't California legal and one was. And so I couldn't get one of those. I forget which one it was. Hey, did you hear Bursa is coming out with a 1911 double stack? I don't remember how much it is. I was like, Bursa coming out with one. Next, they're going to come out with an AR-15. Kind of like High Point has an AR-15, but they don't have a double stack yet. I'm sure they're working on one. Anybody know how much one of those are? The AR-15s that High Point has? I think they're still as much as the PSAs are. I've never seen one in person, but the Thunder's California legal because it's an 8 or 9 round mag and has a disconnect, but it doesn't have a loaded chamber indicator, so it's probably not. Oh, yeah, if it doesn't have a loaded indicator, an actual visible thing that pops up, like the P320 has this little thing by the top of the barrel where it ends next to the red dot. The little thing pops up. Caniks have that little dot in the back. But Caniks don't have a mag disconnect, except the new one does because they did ship that one to California. The Prime 9, I think. It just got on the roster, I heard. Not 100% sure. Gotcha. 9 of you in the chat, or sorry, 20 of you in the chat. Only one of you chirping. You're all being as quiet as church house mouse. Hey, thanks for the subscription, whoever just gave that. Appreciate it. Hey, what's going on? You're new here. Azam, welcome. Where are you from, brother? Thanks for coming by. Double tap that screen. My G3C only has a little slit in the barrel. That's what most of them have, so you can see it to show the round in the chamber versus the G2C that has a little indicator that shows red and pink. Yes. MI. So would that be Maine or Michigan? I forget. Been a minute. What's up? Hey, National Spaghetti Foundation. Yes, it has been. Probably at least a week, right? Appreciate you coming by. Michigan. Okay. Double tap that screen, folks, if you like this stuff. We'd really appreciate that. It helps with the YouTube algorithms. My sister Springfield EMP Compact has the same little slot. Yeah, a lot of guns will have the slot, but for some reason, some states want an actual little thing that pops out or pops up. Like, actually, my old Model 99 Savage here has this little thing that pops up on the top. But that pops up even if it's cocked, no matter if it has a load in it or not. It'll show that it's at least popped up or something in it. Yes, those are shotguns right there. So this one here is a 10 gauge. This one's a 12. That's a 12. This is a 12. That one's a 16. That one's a modern one. But from here down are antiques. We got a 338 Lapua Ruger Precision right there. We got another shotgun double barrel Silverhawk here. Let me get you off the stand. There we go. How's that? That's a little better, right? We got our Ruger Precision 338 Lapua. Goes about 2 miles. There's my Silverhawk 10 gauge right there. It's a Beretta. Got two little garden guns that are 9mm rimfire, 30-30. A Kentucky rifle that we're working on. Sometime we need to get going. And a Schneider made by Enfield. It's from 1860. Two project shotguns in the corner. Got an AK right there. It's a a Kalashnikov, and then an AR, a 308 Savage Mark 1. We got a 36-inch barrel 12-gauge bolt action Marlin. It's not too bad actually. Were you the one that showed me the lever action shotgun? Can you show it again? Yes, it's over here. It's right here. It's my 1901, made in 1901. It looks like the 1897, but this one's the newer version, and it's a 10 gauge. Yeah, I got a lot of old shotguns. There's another one down here I'm working on. This one here's a butt for one in the corner over there, because it's missing a butt. This one here, that butt, this barrel, that forearm, and the parts in that bag is parts for rebuilding one. I'm slowly building one. It was super loose, so I'm doing welding on the barrel, reshaping it, tightening it up. I have a 410, but it's a single shot shotgun. Welcome, Leonardo Herrera. Thanks to the chat. Thank you for coming. It's in my car though. My 410. Here's my lever actions. I've got a 44 Magnum Model 94 AE from the 70s. This one's a 25-35, the second one up, from early 1900s. This one's that's a Model 94. Model 92, 32 Winchester centerfire from 1895. This is early 1900, 25-20. And then this is a break action single shot 25 rimfire Stevens. What's that black pistol on the table? This one here is a 22. That one there is a MP5 clone with HK parts. What size is the best AR pistol? Don't know. I hear probably 10.5 is better than a 7.5. Those old ones have an aggressive but stock curve. Does it help with recoil? I'm not sure. Yeah, they do. What's interesting is the Model 94 here doesn't. But the Model 92 and this Model 92 does. And then this one's even more aggressive, which is just a small little bullet. It's a little bigger than those boxes right there, a little bigger than a 22. Let's see. Someone might have asked something else. How did I come across them? So I found some at one of them I found at a most of them I get online at auctions, but one of them I found at a swap meet. It was missing the rabbit ear for the triggers, and I found that and put them on. Let's see. How about AK pistols? Do you prefer a mini? I've never shot either. I haven't shot a pistol AK or a pistol AR, so unfortunately I couldn't give you a good idea which one would shoot better or what I'd prefer. I've never shot either, a Draco or a mini AK pistol. I think it'd be pretty fun. I've never shot them though. Did you say you have a Savage 99? I do, right here. It's chambered in 300 Savage. It's a beautiful gun. Yep, it has the analog round counter. Yep. Okay, how about the Mossberg shotguns? Which model is the best? I don't own any Mossbergs. I don't think I have one Mossberg. That's like one of the only brands I don't have. So I couldn't ask that. I have a Remington. I have a Weatherby. I have a Sears and Roebuck that's made by Weatherby. I have a Winchester. I have a Stevens. Sorry, it's not a Stevens. It's a Stevens. Isn't it? That 410. I think it's a Stevens. I forget. They're just a nice, sleek design. Yeah, those look pretty cool. Like a Mossberg. What do they call them? Maverick 88, and then they call it, what's the Mossberg? I forget what models they are. Any reason to get a 12 gauge or over a 20? A 20 is better for if you're doing, at least if you have the right choke, because last Saturday I didn't do very well quail hunting, so I had the wrong choke on, I think, for number 6 shot. But I would say for dove, get a 20 gauge if you're going to do a lot of dove and have the proper choke. If you're going to do, you can use lighter shot in a 12 and dove will be fine. Or if you're going to do turkey a lot, go ahead and get a 12 gauge. Hey, you're back. Welcome. But yeah, if you're going to do a lot of turkey, get a 12 gauge. Now, if you're going to do a lot of turkey and ducks, if you're up for it, get a 10, but they are hard to find ammo for. So I would say just get a 12. Alex, what's up, brother? So I have, what, 4 10 gauges or 3? I've got a single shot and 2 double barrels and a lever, so I have 4 10 gauges. They take, let's see here. So here's a 10 gauge right here. This is what I would shoot in those. It's a number 5 2-ounce turkey loads. And then this is a 12 gauge. That's a Varmint Express. So I mean, there's the difference of a high brass 12 and a 3.5 inch Magnum. Do you have any Glocks? I have one. It's a what do you call that? It's a 20, a Glock 20 10 millimeter. It's the only Glock I have. I'm not a huge Glock guy. For myself, I feel like you pay a lot for the Glock for what you get, and then to get it to perform as well as this Canik, you have to dump in another $600. I've got lots of revolvers, brother. I've got a 460 Smith & Wesson, a 500 Magnum Research BFR. I have a 357 Magnum. I have a whole bunch of old guns that shoot like Smith & Wesson 32, 38. Let's see, I have 2 Colts. One shoots a 32 Smith & Wesson long. The other one shoots a 32-20. Those are my both police positives. I've got a lot of revolvers. I have a short of a lot of my guns on the table from last weekend. It would have been actually a week ago from today. I was asking what gun I should use as a sidearm while I quail hunt. And what had the most votes was my 500, because I did a live after that too asking. 5 votes in the 500, but I don't have a sling for it, so I didn't bring it. The next was my 45 1911, so I brought that. I keep hearing about Caniks and FNs, but I never looked into them. I'm more a Glock guy. Should I give them a try? Also, if you can, tell me more about them. Okay, so I have 2 Caniks. One is this one. This is a higher end one. They call it the TTI Canik. If you ever heard of Terran Tactical, they make a lot of the John Wick guns and the stuff like that, where they Gucci out guns and make it extremely smooth. This is the Canik version of that. Canik, it was with them. Yes, that's a Mark 5 or Mark 4 Ruger. Yes, it's a 22. They have one of the best. Anybody that has shot a Canik will tell you they have one of the best triggers in the world. The only one I think that competes with this trigger, or Caniks in general, would be the PDP Pro that Walther has. What's the baby gun in the box? That right there is actually not a gun. It's a parts kit. At the very top where the tip is, you put bits in it that are inside the handle here, and there's also bolts and stuff in the handle and little bits to take the gun apart. Like say, change the plate right up on top here for your different red dots, and it's got the little bolts for that. It's got the extra bits for that because it comes with those two plates there. It comes with another plate over there, but unfortunately, it doesn't come with the plate for these Vortex. So I gotta buy an extra plate for that. I prefer Canik over Glock, but I prefer Rollers over both. Hey, Llama, what's up, brother? Yeah, I decided I'd do a live after all. I got home early enough. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do one. I knew I couldn't do it by 6, so I just posted, hey, I don't think I'm going to do a live tonight. Depends what Caniks you get. I think you can get them for about $400 if you get a lower end one. That one in the box, they came out. A lot of people were, when they first came out about a year ago, they were selling for $1,200. I got it for less than that. I got it for $8.99 buckaroos. You can get them cheaper than that now. This blue one in here, it's called the Signature Series Sketch. That one I paid a little bit less for, but it is a collector's item. That one's number 620 something of 2,500. They have Signature Series once a year. And that's my first Signature Series. That trigger in that is better than most of my guns I have as well. Thanks for coming by, Llama. That's good. You're having a relaxing night. Any lives tonight? I think I saw you post something at least. I hopped on for a teeny bit. Lower end Canik still have a good trigger. Yeah, they do. That one's not quite a lower end because it's a specialty. It's the SFX. Now, I don't think it's quite as good as the Rival S, but it's definitely not as good as the trigger in this. The Prime 9 Comp has, I believe I heard, the same trigger as this one. I have a Taurus 858.38 revolver with good gold. Nice. I don't have a 38 specifically. My 357 Ruger Blackhawk shoots 38s. Hey, Llama, got you something out. I was hoping you'd be live so I can send you tracking. Gotcha. It was one of mine off the wall Cicerios. Okay. I'm not sure what that is. Videos. Okay. Off the wall. Okay. I'm certain I got the address for the package. I had a picture of it. Okay. So, relaxing night at Tactical Llama's house. At least for now, it's relaxing, huh? We'll see how your dreams are. Some of them dreams can be pretty wild. If they're anything like mine. Let's see here. Hey, Tactical, I'm planning on going on another dove hunt tomorrow morning. 2A dreams, yeah, right. I'm going to bring my 12 gauge this time that I'm really good at with skeets. My good old faithful. It's a modified choke. Hopefully I get something this time. Last time I shot at some and I was with my 20 gauge. The choke wasn't good for number 6 shot, and so I was missing like crazy. I hope it gets to you soon, Mike. I sent something for you and the lady as well. Oh, nice for you, brother. Hey, thanks for that subscription. Over just subbed. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Means a lot to us small guys here. I should maybe, I don't know if I'm allowed to. I don't know if you're allowed to hunt with one of my old double barrels. They're black powder. I'm not sure. But you want to, yeah. I can't wait until my mid-November comes around. I've got a whitetail hunt. Never did a deer before. Coyotes and piggies and ground squirrels and what else? Now dove. But yeah, we got a whitetail coming mid-November, so we'll see how that one goes. Hope to have some footage of that. That'll be great. Gonna bring my 270 Remington 700 from the 70s, and then also bring my 3030, my Rossi 3030 Rio Grande. Need a sight in the 270 first, though, with the load I'm going to use. I'm going to use Whitetail American 270 140 grains. I have a good source of that, so I'm going to sight it in for those at probably like 350. Hope you can unbox it on live or some. Yeah, it depends what's in it. Some stuff you're not allowed to, I guess. Ammo you can, like what's his name? Bullseye Ben or whatever. Oh, that'd be cool. So I just did an unboxing a little bit ago, and here's something I ordered. Wasn't quite the right thing. It was some variety of stuff for myself as well as for work. One of them's a phone holder, and here the phone holder I bought does not have the charging in it. I pushed on my Amazon in past history to buy it again, and here the one I bought again wasn't the same one. So I'm not sure what happened. It might be my fault. I have an open invitation for elk in Alaska, but I don't currently have a rifle cable. You want to borrow my 338 Lapua? We could have it shipped out if you want to use it. Yeah, bro, I hope I get to see you check out the package. That'd be cool. Yeah, my 338 Lapua would do the trick, no problem, brother. You want a 300 Win Mag or bigger. Some people have taken them with 270s. Honestly, my dad bought a 270 and the plan was going to go hunting with it and possibly an elk if we ever got anything. But I'd say that's a little light. I would say the lightest you want to do for myself, I would say a 30-06. And then you could tweak with the other combinations they have. Arcs and 300 Win Mags and 338 Win Mags. Or definitely my 338 Lapua. Yeah, 30-30 would be, I would say, really pushing it. Because they don't go far enough to hit an elk unless you're in the brush and they're right there. Obviously really good for deer. But 30-30, don't know about that one, brother. That would be really, if you're going to take all the effort, find a friend or something that can borrow something from, I guess. But yeah, if I was near you, I'd let you borrow my 338 Lapua. I'd do it no problem. You could use the rounds that I loaded myself. Those are hunting rounds there. They're Spear 225s, boat tail. Those would do the trick. Not enough. Yeah, 30-30 is not. Obviously, a 338 is. 338 Magnum. That'd do a very good job. Let's see. It's these thingies right here. This is what I loaded those with. Right there. They're called Controlled Expansion, Streamlined Profile, Big Game. There they are. Freedom pills, folks. Freedom pills. I kind of like the boat tail because you can get them in the case easier. It kind of centers it when you're loading them. My 25s of these that are Spear brand don't have those. At least the 125s that are for 25 ACP. Yeah, I wish you were close. I'd let you use it. My local gun has a 308 that I'm looking at, but it's $1,200 before tax. A 308? I've got a 308 right there that I need to load off somewhere. Just saying. Just saying. Allegedly, it's a Savage Access Generation 1 with a Weaver scope. I've put about 8 rounds through it. I haven't used it since. Haven't hunted with it. It's one of the ones that, if it was a wood, I'd probably keep it. Yeah, I know, right? Where do you live? I forget. Obviously a place that has elk. Was it Montana? Like, we have elk in northern Arizona here, and we're known for our elk. We have huge elk. There's one area that are trophy elks, and it's one of those once in a lifetime or even worse places. Northern California. Oh, okay. My sister just moved out of Northern California. She's back here in Arizona now and her family. They just got in yesterday. They were in Alturas. Do you know what Alturas is? Just straight down from Klamath and a little to the right, to the east. They just came out from there. It says there's only 2 of you in the chat. There's got to be more than that. Okay, now 4. Yeah, they were really close to Alturas. That was like their main little town there. Next would have been, the big town would have been Klamath. Yeah, it was what? Hour and 3/4 away or something? Something like that. Yeah, I wish you were closer. And this is a California legal sniper rifle because that's where I bought it. So it'd be totally fine to shoot there. Because I heard too that if you borrow somebody's gun out of state and it's not legal in that state and you hunt with it or shoot with it, you can get in trouble. At least hunting. I don't know about shooting, as in like target practice. Not sure about that. That's just weird. It's like, well, it's legal where you were from. Did it freeze up again? I'll be right back. Okay, I thought it froze up. I'm just south of Alturas, outside Susanville. Dude, I know exactly where that is. That's cool, Mr. Smith. You don't happen to know any of those Mennonites over there, do you? Out of Susanville? I used to know some of them over there. Maybe you're one of them. No, there used to be some Mennonite group over there. If you ever heard of Mennonites. They're over in Susanville. I think there's still one over there, but they're not doing very well. The Martins. Yep, there's some over there. Uh-huh. Yeah, there was a guy that used to go to my church, because I was a Mennonite for a while, down where I used to live in Squaw Valley, California. And he used to be from Susanville area. His name was Daniel Shahada. I don't know if he's over there anymore, though. Because he moved back up there for a little while. But then I think he moved back to Fresno area. He's still over there? He must have moved back. Okay, you know him then. Yeah, I don't know where he is standing in his walk with God or whatever you want to call it. I know when he was with us, he was struggling a lot with some of that. It was before he was married or had any children. He was single. He's a couple years older than me. Let's see, I'm 35. I think he's like 38 or 39. He was a really nice guy. Yeah, I knew him pretty well. We'd hang out a lot because we were both single and a little older. He'd invite me over to his trailer where he stayed at a family's house, and we'd have pizza together and just chat about life. Yep. Small world, right, Mr. Smith? Guys, if you're new to the chat, this is Jay Grunwald. Sorry, that's my name. This is Desert Armory and More. Oh, you're friends with his brother. Okay. And we do lives every night, usually 6 p.m. Arizona time. We were a little later today. Yesterday, we were a little earlier. I do shorts of shooting, shorts of hiking, shorts of adventure, shorts of some of my handyman work, which is Jay Grunwald Repair. Almost told you that earlier. And we do a couple other things too here and there, just posting little videos here and there and whatnot. And we really like the 2A content stuff and supporting that and upholding our God-given right in that respect. Appreciate y'all coming by and supporting us. Appreciate it a lot. I think, was that his younger brother or older? I've never met his family. That's cool. It's like a little world here. Yeah, guys, thanks for coming by and double tapping that screen. I appreciate that. I know right now 2A content videos and stuff is a little slow because of the whole happening with Kirk and Charlie Kirk and all that. At least that's what someone was saying on the live last night. But his live was going great, so I'm not sure what he meant. I think it was Llama. J-Dog just went live. I think it was Llama. He was saying something about it because he asked how mine went last night. And I said, well, it's a little slow. He's like, well, a lot of people are just kind of going slow. But his had 200-something people in at that time. So I was like, well, yours doing great. I think he was going for like 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, that was before it started dropping down. So that makes sense. Yep. Oh, you don't remember. Okay. only 3 of you here. Yeah, I figured I'd at least go an hour and see how the live went. I like at least going that far when I do a shorter one for a live. That way it helps. I think something with going over an hour helps with lives or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just hearsay. Right? So, one person now. Wow. Let's see. So, yeah, I got to go to bed a little bit earlier because we're going to wake up at like 4 o'clock for that dove hunt. We're probably going to start. We'll probably leave the place here at 5. Hey, Ultra Fire, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. Good evening, my good sir. Good evening to you too, my good sir. How art thou? Ultra Fire. It's not just plain old fire, it's Ultra Fire. Yep. Let's see, what's my battery at? 76%, so we're good. Oh, what on my tablet? 70. We're good there. I came on a little later, Ultra. I originally didn't think I was going to do a live because I was over at my mom and dad's where my sister's at. They just moved in. But it ended up not being as busy as I thought they might need me. They just moved in from Northern California, real close to actually where A.T. Smith is from. So I came over here and decided to set up a little bit of stuff and at least do an hour live. And then hopefully I'm going to do a another dove hunt tomorrow. Plan on it. So the question was, what should I bring this time? Someone said bring my blue Canik or bring my 45 Colt Cimarron. Or someone said, oh, scratch the blue Canik and bring your MP5 clone, but I don't have any way to carry it because I don't have a sling. I should buy a sling for that, where it, goes on that little knob there up to the back. And we got something coming for that, Ultra Fire. There's something coming for that MP5 clone. We ordered it this morning. So we'll do an unboxing of that when it comes in. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yeah, good to have family closer. Definitely. Yeah, my mom and dad already live here. That's one reason why I moved out of California to here. Same with my brother-in-law and my sister. They're about an hour away. They will be about an hour away now. Currently, they're staying at my mom and dad's until they get their property, a house built on it. It's interesting. It gives this little, since the roller delayed, this little, thump, 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 pulling it back towards you. And since it doesn't have a, what do you call it? A back brace, is kind of unique. Hello, my friend. Unfortunately, I cannot read what you wrote. I believe it's either Korean or something of the sort. I cannot read what you wrote, unfortunately. You have a question mark behind it, so maybe you're asking, are they real? They are real, and they are legal. We got a whole bunch of them. And I live in southern Arizona. Maybe you're asking that question. In the USA. Appreciate you stopping by. If you like the stuff, double tap that screen. And subscribe. Yeah, unfortunately, I do not know what you're saying, my friend. The Google or YouTube does not have a translator. That should be something someone invents. A translator for live chats would be very helpful. But unfortunately, I can't read what you're saying. I'm sorry. If it was Spanish, I could read it. If it was Portuguese, I probably could. Obviously, if it's English. I know Spanish decently well. Portuguese is very similar, so I could figure it out. And maybe if it was French, because it's a dialect of that. Yes, sir, I'm sorry, I cannot read that. They have 3 things. One's a really long comment. Yeah, I wish I could have another phone to put over the screen and do a translate, but I don't. That's hooked up. Otherwise, I'd bring my tablet over here and do it, but that sits over there on the table most of the time. Where is it? Where's what? Where's what? 4 people in the chat. Yeah, we didn't drop down a lot. I think the most we had in here were 60 something, I think. We'll find out once it ends. Because it'll say how many were in here the most. Yesterday I was surprised. I thought it was less than what it was. I think it said the highest was higher than I thought it was with people in the chat. I think views total, people coming in and out, I don't know how that all works, was 2,000 something. Which was one of my lower. I think my lowest was when I first started, a couple lower when I first started. That's just how it is. You know, your name's not out there. They don't know you. What's interesting is I did a video last Friday that asked what gun should I use for my Sidearm when I was hunting dove. And that one has the most views of every video I've ever done. It's got almost 4,000 views in less than a week. Now it's a week today. Versus all the rest of mine, the most I had was one as like 2,800, almost 3,000. Then he said, hey, he's 10 years old. I have to interpret it and answer. Oh, okay. I have to be at work at 3:30, and sorry I wasn't here yesterday. Oh, no worries, Sing. Real life matters more. That's why I wasn't sure if I'd have one tonight. I said, hey, I don't think I'm going to have one. I know I want to see if I can be with family and help them out. Real life is more important, or family's more important, something like that I said. So did what I needed to over there and then hurry up and did one over here. So thanks for coming by, Smith. Appreciate it. Have a blessed day at work. Hopefully you don't work too hard on a Saturday. Not sure what you do, so that's pretty early on a Saturday. Although I'll be up early too tomorrow. Yep. Yes, sir. I'm not getting any views on my latest shorts, not sure. All my shorts I did last week of hiking and stuff, almost every single one of them are almost 1,000. Some are over 1,000. So I was like, well, that's pretty good. Of those hiking ones I did of the mines and stuff. It might help. It might help. That way they see, oh, this guy's got multiple sources of what he does, and all of them have decent views. He must be good. You know, in other words, we go by numbers, and so if we see something that's low, you're a truck driver, okay. Like, I have my like thumb shut off now. I used to have it on all the time, but I read that if you have it off and your thumb count is low, people be like, oh, this thing's not that good of a live then. And so they'll just not leave a like. But I've heard that if it's off, they'll just, you ask them to double tap the screen. They're like, oh, sure, no problem. And then they're not like, they don't know what that count is. I do because I can see it. It's in the same place where it normally is if I'm watching somebody. I've never driven truck. Biggest vehicle I've ever driven was a school bus. Down in Honduras, I drove it a couple times. The mission I was at had a school bus to take people to church. And so I drove it down to the fuel station once or twice, and I drove it to this church a few times.
Interesting, very interesting, my friend. It is, very much so.
But yeah, I've never driven a semi-truck. That thing was manual too, the big school bus. It was it a 10-speed? I forget. It was kind of fun to drive though. I think it was an old Bluebird.
Yes, it is. It's very funny, isn't it, my friend? A Baba Yaga. Isn't that what he calls him?
If you ever come out to Vegas. Yeah, right? IMK. I'm sure. What does that mean?
If you ever come out to Vegas, IMK.
I've been to Vegas a couple times. I've flown into Vegas. I think I've been there 3 times. I think same size but a little heavier. Yeah. Oh yeah, it probably would be a big school bus. You're right. You're sitting on the engine though, pretty much. LMK. Unfortunately, I have no idea what LMK is. I'm probably acting like I'm a dummy and an illiterate. I have no idea what LMK is. Once you say it, I'll be like, what? For reals? How did I not know that? But yeah, I've been to Vegas to the airport 3 3 or 4 times when I'd fly back and forth to Honduras. Oh, let me know. See, now I'm going like, duh. I just don't use that. Yeah, right. I must be an old fart. I'm 35. I don't use that many acronyms. I use LOL. That's about the only one. Or JK for just kidding. Like, I usually spell out everything. So is that where you're at over by Vegas, Ultrafire? Here I found out Lisa's around the mountain over here about an hour and a half from me. And then, let's see, where else? Yeah, you know what that means. I do text, but I don't use shorthand like that. Here on going on 44. Hey, we got a 44 over there. That lever action on the bottom. I just don't use acronym short thingies like that, like shorthand text. LOLs and JK is like the only two. And some people use what? OMW, on my way. Yeah, I had to think that one out and say something dumb, right? There's a whole bunch of them people use. Some of them are like, okay, how'd you figure that one out? But, you know, these young stwerts, even though you're not young, use them all the time. They're like, their whole conversation will be that in a text. It's just weird. What do you do for fun, Ultrafire? You have any firearms? I know I've seen you in here a lot, and I've seen you in other chats before. Vegas is pretty, aren't they? Isn't Nevada pretty loose with guns? If I recall, they're similar to Arizona, I thought. Maybe a little bit more strict. That got the new one. YN. Haha. Crazy kids. You know? That might be you know, right? Maybe you just spend time in Vegas all the time and make some ching ching at the slot machines. Oh, I don't know. I've never gambled in my life. I'd rather not plan on it either. Two people in the chat. Wow. Yeah, I'll probably quit it here at an hour and a half in. Got about 17 minutes left, to an hour and a half. But yeah, what do you do in your fun time, Ultra? Maybe you sit and the chat froze. I don't know. Sometimes it does that and you got to sign out and sign back in. Off and on, it's been doing that on people's accounts. But yeah, most of my free time, either shooting or hiking. If I have any free time, which is weekends usually, or if I have a day off, like Labor Day. I went up to the mountains last Labor Day. We did a 12.5-mile hike. I was pretty sore the next couple of days. I hadn't did a 12.5 in a while. I did like 8 last time I was up there. It would have been actually more than 8 because I went a wrong turn. It's 4 to the saddle of the mountain, so I went that. Plus we went a wrong direction. So we probably went more like 8.5, 9. Me and my doggy. Let me sign out. I think it froze up. Yeah, it did freeze up. Retired military, just do whatever I want when I want now. There you go. Just like a spoiled child, but you're not spoiled, thankfully. No. Just messing with you, brother. Retired military. Thanks for your service. Appreciate it. What were you in? And what status did you make it to? You're pretty fortunate. Gotcha. That would be at 44, almost. Yeah, thank you for your service. What branch were you in, and what office? I'm young compared to you guys at 23. Hey, you're supposed to be to bed, I thought. Air Force Civil Engineer. Nice. My grandpa was in the Air Force. He was based out of Tucson, Arizona here at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. He went there when he was... Did he start when he was 18 maybe? 18 or 19? I forget. And went till he was about 23, 24. He was a hydraulic specialist. He did all the hydraulics for the planes. Enjoy being young, yeah. Once I hit about 30, 32, I could start feeling myself slowing down a little bit. Time flies, yeah, it does. I think that's kind of naturally when most people start feeling a little bit, 30, 32. My best year, the best shape I was in was when I was 25, 26, 27, and I'd say 28. Somewhere in those 4 or 5 years was the best shape I was in. I exercised regularly a lot, did like 50, 60 push-ups in one, did a lot of sit-ups, curls, all sorts of little things, and I had a really nice looking body then. I mean, I still look okay. You don't feel young, yeah. But I definitely want to get some of that worked off, so I need to either get a gym. I never went to the gym for a membership or anything. I just did it all at home. But the only thing I have for equipment wise is like band stretches, dumbbells, an ab roller, which I should start using that more. I might start going to the gym. We'll see. It's not too expensive at the gym that's over here where I live, Planet Fitness. My buddy took me there one day because he has a black membership card, so you can take buddies in there 3 times. So we went there to use their massage chairs, and then he showed me around. The key to staying young is to eat a lot of organic fruits, vegetables, and low fat. Yeah, I need to do that a little bit better. Back when I was those ages, I would say I probably ate a little less fatty, but I also ate a lot of. I did more vitamins every day. I did have some protein shakes off and on, and I also juiced a lot. I did a lot of juice, like carrots, different vegetables, and would juice those and make like my own V8 drinks. I need to also, the truck is not kind to muscles. No, they aren't. No, they aren't. Jerking you around all over the place. And usually people that drive all their life are out of shape. It's just how it is. No matter who you are, you'll just be out of shape because you're always sitting in a truck. Not much activity. I think pretty much every person I knew that was a truck driver, except maybe my great great uncle, was heavy or heavier, on the heavier side. I mean, maybe they don't start out that way. They might have been then when they first start, but if they truck like for 20, 30 years, they'll end up that way. It's just how it is. Unless when you get home, you're super active again. Maybe you could balance it. Excuse me, guys. Whew. Oh, had a sneeze there. But yeah, I need to get to more meat eating, and less like hamburgers and less like prepared foods. I need to do a little more cooking part. I'm a bachelor. I've been a bachelor for a long time, not from lack of trying, but so sometimes you get home and instead of having to do all the housework because you get home you're tired out, you just pop in fish sticks and French fries, and then you'll cook up some green beans, with butter. Green bean park's good, but the butter, stuff like that, or you put in a pot pie, or you'll do chicken strips with French fries and yogurt with cheese. You're trying to balance it out, so that maybe is not helping as well as pesticides and chemicals. Then we wonder why you have so much cancer. Correct. As well as why people at younger ages getting problems. And I think it has to do with that as well as soda. So like I think too, if I cut back, for a while I cut back on soda and just drink teas when I go to restaurants and stuff, and then try to eat more healthier in that respect. Let's see here. Lack of activity is the killer. I've only been driving for 2 years, and I am a lot weaker than I was, and I grew up. Yeah, that's what happens. I'm a little less active, and I can tell that I have a little more weight. That's not. It's more of a like the love handles, whatever you want to call it, and a little in the stomach that wasn't there when I was super active before, and I'd love to get that gone again. I don't have a gut, thankfully. But I have a little bit of fat there. I can feel it. Where before, you could see my 6-pack and more. Very nice. It was like a nice swimsuit body, whatever you want to call it, when I was 25 to 28. Let's see here. But yeah, I need to start doing that a little more. Get a little more active. Just feel more motivated about doing it. Because sometimes you're like, well, if you don't have anybody to look good for, you just don't feel motivated sometimes. It's just how it is. But then you think, well, after you do it for a while, you're like, man, it makes me feel healthier, feel better. Yeah, let's just keep in shape. Hey, Wade, welcome. There was only 2 people, but it said 6. I guess there's more now. Thanks for coming by. How are you, Wade? I think you've been in here before. Circuit chocolate syrup has a laundry list of ingredients, but all it should be is cocoa, sugar, water. I know, right? That's all it takes to make it. 6 people. Now it's down to 3 again. Thing doesn't know what to think. Yep, you're awesome. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it, brother. I try my best to try to keep a captivated audience, but we talk about so many different things. So it's like some people will be like, well, this is boring. You guys are talking about truckers and getting a belly and exercise. Let's get out of here. Right? Let's see here. I don't eat a lot of chocolate. That's the thing. I don't eat lots of sweets other than soda. I do drink soda. Like in my house, I do have a bottle of chocolate that once in a while I stick in with milk. Other than that, it's like I've never, I don't buy cookies. When I go to my mom and dad, sometimes I'll have cookies. Like they gave me one today when I was there. I just don't eat a lot of sweets. So I know that the fat's not coming from that, the extra weight a little bit. You into gold or silver? I would be if I had the money to invest it. Unfortunately, as you can tell, that's where a lot of my money goes. Maybe if I'd sell them all, then invest in gold. But I mean, some of this stuff that I got was such a good deal, way below price, that I could even resell it. Plus, they usually go up in value. A lot of them do, depending what you have. Lever action model 92s and 94s usually always go up in value. Old Western guns, certain guns that are more of collectible, they go up in value. My most expensive, I should say, is this little dinky 22. You'd think it'd be worth nothing, but it's worth like between $500 and $1,000. This little dinky 22 that's brass and metal with like rose handles on it. It's from the Civil War time. Little teeny pocket gun. I took it apart to clean it real good and do a really light restoration on it, because I don't want to take its value down too much, and then put it back together. It's also missing a spring for the hammer, so I need to buy some spring steel, cut it to size, and try to figure out the shape of it, because I have no idea what the shape is. I have the broken piece, but it's not the full broken piece. It's only part of it. The other half, who knows where it is. But stuff like that one's probably only go up in value. Old guns, like military stuff, this stuff over here, these rifles, they just go up in value. Hey, can you point to the gun you're talking about? Oh, I don't have it out here. It's in that box. It's inside that box. Let's see here. YouTube, I'm not touching the gun. We're just opening the case. We are just opening the case. We are not touching any guns. We are not touching any guns. It's right there. That little brass one. It's made by E. Allen and Company. It's made from the 69 to 71 of 1800. I'm missing the spring for the hammer, which would go in the handle and up to it. Right now it's just pieced together because I had it apart earlier. And I just at least wanted it somewhat presentable so it looks more like a gun. It's that little brass one. That one's really cool too. That thing is a hair trigger. Its trigger is probably 8 ounces or something, or like 10 ounces, that trigger on that little 22 right there. And it is so accurate at 20 yards. That takes either the CBs or the 22 shorts is what I shoot in that, which I'll probably use that in that one too. They are just, it is super accurate. Hey, thanks, Adrian. Thanks for coming by. Double tap that screen. Don't remember if you've been in here or not. Appreciate you coming by to Desert Armory and more. And if you like this stuff a lot and want to continue seeing this stuff, subscribe and turn on the notifications. That way you know when I'm live. Usually 6 p.m. Arizona time. Today was a little later. Yesterday was a little earlier. Anyways, appreciate you coming by. Usually I go for about 2 hours, my lives. Today and yesterday were pretty slow, so we stopped them early. We'll probably stop it early today as well. Plus, I got to get up early tomorrow, and we have a dove hunt tomorrow, so it'll be my second dove hunt. I'm not sure what I'm going to bring as my sidearm. It's either going to be my Colt or one of my Caniks, it sounds like. Do you have any recommendations on a pump 22? A pump 22. Ooh, they still make some. So they make the reproduction that Winchester had. I think Remington did too. Cimarron makes them. I'm not sure Henry does. I think theirs are all lever, but pretty sure Cimarron makes a pump action that looks very similar to like the Remington. Sorry, not the Remington. The Winchester one that they had. Remington had the thing called the Speedmaster, but that wasn't a pump action. I actually have two of those right on the floor that I'm fixing. There we go. The model 1916. Cimarron makes those. Cimarron is a very good company that makes reproductions. I have a Cimarron Colt 45. And its trigger's probably a 3-pound trigger from factory. Super light. It looks a lot like an actual Colt Army. I would recommend them. Not a lot of people still make those, I don't believe, other than special markets. So, yes, Cimarron. Check them out. There's other places that would probably carry them used, like Gunbroker. They carry used guns. Or some other places. Just saying, allegedly. But yeah, it'd be a copy of what A.T. Smith was talking about. The 1916 Winchester. It'd be a gallery gun is what they call them. I would love to get one, an original. I think the cheapest I found was more than $1,000. That was used at a not a pawn shop, a swap meet. They had one, as well as a gun store or a gun show. They had one as well. But yeah, if you want an original, they're around $1,000 or a little bit under. And for a 22, I know the value is going to go up because obviously they used to be cheaper than that too. So, but yeah, Cimarron. Go with Cimarron. They are pretty good and they hold their timing good. Made real well. They make all sorts of reproduction. Chat freeze up or is it just quiet? Guys, can hear me? Put a 1 in the chat. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Or the model 1890, but most of them are 20 short. Most Cimarrons are identical to the originals. Yes, that's why I like Cimarron. So many of their stuff looks just like the old. It just has their symbol on it. That little horse running. At least that's what my Cimarron has on it. It's a medallion on the Colt there. The Colt look. The handles. Yeah, there you go. Cimarron SAAs. Yeah, single action arms are identical to the original. Yep. Piety. They make handguns. I don't think they make a gallery gun looking thing. As well as Uberti. They make a copy of the Colt SAA as well, the single action army. Those are the three, but I think of those threes, they all have their issues, even though they're very minor. I decided to get a Cimarron because I believe the Cimarron was a little more accurate to original. As well as seemed like it was all around better timing, better setup. I know more 3 model 1890s and for 800 piece. Yeah. I don't know how much the one. Sorry guys, I actually blacked it out there. Are you guys still there? The screen is black. Let me sign. There we go, guys. Sorry. I actually pushed the wrong button. All right. I don't know how much Cimarrons of those are. You'd have to look it up because you can look up on their site directly, I believe, and they have prices. But I would check for used ones, lightly used possibly, and see how much cheaper they are. But yeah, an actual one is going to be between $8 and over $1,000. An actual Winchester. That's just the value is just crazy on those things. I'm thinking about buying one of them. Yeah, I would love to too. It'd be neat. I've actually been thinking about getting a gallery gun for a while. But I was like, you know what? If I don't get an original Winchester, I would probably buy a Cimarron. They make really good lever guns too, because they're very similar to the original. They're just pricey. I mean, you're paying for a good lever gun probably $1,200, $1,400 from them, and they go on from there. Because I was looking at a 4570 lever action, and Cimarron makes really nice remakes, but I would really like an original 94, 92, which they're about this. They're just about the same price or more. Because I think the cheapest 4570 lever action I found was original, a 94 or 92 model from early 1900s, was like 2600. It's like, yeah, rather not pay that much. Rather not pay that much. But a Cimarron is like maybe 14, 15 closer to my I'm willing to pay for one. But I like the old ones. I'd rather have original. At least it'd still be wood though, you know. I love my wood rifles. Love them. I mean, almost every rifle I own is wood. My AR is not. My AK is. My 308 isn't. That's probably one reason why I want to sell it. My tactical 12 gauge, that one isn't. It's not. But, you know, it's an AK look, so it might not have that. I could always maybe change them out. We'll see. Now, I don't know if they make wood kits for that, though. Handle-wise, they would, because it's an AK handle. Pretty sure. But even my AK has a nice rubber handle I stuck on. It had this weird wing thing, because it was from Cali. I put that wing thing, I took it off. Yep. Handguns, I don't really mind if they don't have wood, because I have a lot of polymer grip stuff. Just how it is. Revolvers would add wood, obviously. And then some handguns, you know, have those side pieces like this little 22. As well as this one, they make side inserts for that. So, yep. Well, only 3 of you in the chat, so I'll probably wind it down here, guys. Appreciate you coming by. If you like this stuff, double tap the screen, and you have been listening to Desert Armory and More. Thanks so much for coming by. 2 of you now. Thank you so much. We do live chats, usually 6 p.m. Arizona time every day. If I don't do them or decide to not do them and then do them, I'll let you know. We do all sorts of shorts of shooting, shorts of exploring God's creation, and walks and whatnot, exploring mines, hikes, whatever. If you like this stuff, double tap the screen and subscribe. Again, thank you for coming to Desert Armory and More. And when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Trust God in those times of uncertainties instead. He's the way, the truth, and the life. There's no other way whereby we must be saved but through Jesus Christ. Thank you all so much for coming by. Love and prayers out to Charles Kirk and his family, the family that lost their father, as well as the family that lost their loved one that was stabbed, and the families that lost their loved ones at the school. Love out to them as well. Blessings, you all. Till next time, thank you.